All right, guys, and we're back with bag I, which is going to be our steering assembly or steering rack assembly, whatever you really want to call it. Doesn't really matter. We're going to make sure that we have smooth steering right and left with our new EB48 2.0 kits. For those of you who know that I run oval, we are going to go to the right as well, not just to the left. So yeah, we're going to get this thing going. It does include this part right here. This is basically something to eliminate your servo saver. Please don't, for the most part, use that. There are very, very certain applications where that thing would be used. For the most part, just leave that in your box. Don't use it. Make sure to use your servo saver. It's really important for servo longevity and to keep kind of the life out of the servo. I know we kind of include these with all the kits, but just kind of keep it to the side. You won't really need it. The other thing that's cool about these 2.0 kits with these steering racks, with these plates, is you can actually flip them. So you actually have 5 different positions that you can use steering rack wise, and I kind of like that. I have a tendency to flip the steering rack over and run it the other way, but we're going to run it as the kit says first and then kind of create a setup around that. So as the kit says first, then we'll go on from there. But we're going to move on to the steering rack and take a bunch of pictures, do a bunch of different things, and then we'll keep it moving. So and then keep going on my EB48 2.0 build, and we'll get you this content as quickly as possible. So thank you for watching. All right, guys, bag I, the steering assembly is complete. Pretty straightforward build on the steering assembly. Got these turnbuckles all put together. Make sure to use a little bit of grease or chapstick or something like that on them. Just make it a little bit easier to install them. I always install the first side with like a drill that you can chuck into. You don't really have to do that, but it kind of saves some time. And then do the other side by hand. And yeah, as we talked about before, this steering plate, you can actually reverse it, run it the other way. You can get a couple more plate options this direction if you do it that way. So you get actually 5 different options of where you want to run your Ackerman, which I definitely like. I think that's really cool. Beyond that, I use the steering servo saver mount. I don't like using the full plastic mount. I think it puts a lot of stress on both the steering rack and the servo itself. So I prefer to just run the servo saver as it says in the manual. You know, tighten it all the way down, go back 2 full turns, and yeah, you're ready to race. And then, you know, as your spring starts to weaken up, you know, you can tighten it up a little bit more. But I haven't even gotten to that point on my nitro kit, and I've had it for, you know, 6 months now, and I haven't had to do anything like that. So yeah, everything's pretty straightforward, pretty good to go. A little bit of Loctite on these screws right here because you're going metal to metal. And yeah, other than that, just putting it together and keeping it moving. So we're going to start putting things together now, putting things on the actual chassis. So we'll get to that in the next couple of steps, and we'll keep going on this whole build. Again, if you have any questions or need anything, feel free to hit us up on our social media accounts, and we'll keep this build going. Thank you guys for watching.